Hi, family. Welcome back to Brooklyn TV. It's me, Brooklyn, here to give you part two on my gastric bypass journey. I'm so excited to have you guys here with me. Thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much you guys have been encouraging me and showing me love. I really appreciate it. And we're just gonna jump right into the part two of this subject. The last video was starting to get a little bit long, so I made a second one because there's so much really good information that I wanted to give you guys, and I didn't want to leave anything out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'm here for you. Just let me know what you need, and I'll try my best to answer it or look it up for you if you have any questions. So we ended the last video talking about all the different adjustments that I had to make in order to be successful during this surgery, after this surgery. And there was a lot of things that I had to do. You know, it was a really big balancing act for the most part, trying to make sure that I did what I was supposed to do and also was able to still lead a pretty normal life at home, and everything else flowed in the right way. So that was challenging. But one of the other things that's very important about this surgery is the way that you eat and exercise after surgery. Now, I told you guys about those deadlines on certain things that you can eat. I just wanted to give you a few more pointers about things that you can and can't eat or have, and the time frames you can't have them. So, you can't suck out of a straw, you can't chew gum, for 3 months, and that is because of the air that comes in when you suck through a straw and when you chew gum. I said that about the gum in my last video, but I forgot about the straw. That was very important too, because that also puts extra air into your stomach, which will cause you pain and discomfort. Um, One of the other things that you can't do, you can't, for 6 months, they don't want you to have watermelon, they want you to have grapes, they don't want you to have alcohol, and there's one more food that I'm forgetting. I'm sorry, guys. There's one more food that I'm forgetting, but if I remember it, I'll make sure I say it for you guys. But it's because of the sugar content. Bread. You can't have bread for 6 months. It's because of the sugar content. The sugar content builds up into your system. It can scratch your stomach out. It can cause ulcers. Oh, caffeine also. They don't want you to have caffeine for 6 months for ulcers, because of ulcers also. That puts you at a higher risk for that. So those are some of the very important things they stress to stay away from, and if you don't, you will suffer the consequences as stated before. One of the other things that I experienced was getting an ulcer, and it's because I got sick. I got like a sinus infection, and so I was trying to drink all this hot tea, and of course I knew it had to be decaffeinated, but I bought some decaffeinated black tea, not realizing black tea, whether caffeinated or decaffeinated, can cause ulcers when you're recovering from the surgery. So one weekend I drank a bunch of it, and I got really sick afterwards. I started having a lot of stomach pain because I had developed the ulcer, and I had to start taking some medicine to help pretty much reset my stomach and get the ulcer healed before I could really start back eating the way that I needed to. So that is a thing. And I didn't do it. I didn't drink the black tea on purpose. I was just trying to drink something hot because you can't have anything caffeinated. So to help me with my sinus issue, not realizing that black tea was on the list of things for me not to have. So that list of knowing your list of can and can'ts is really important, which they give you through the program. But it's really important because if not, you'll end up in a bad situation and having to revisit your doctor and figure out what you can do to get you back to normal. So that's very important. Um, Diet and exercise is important because one, exercising helps you heal faster. The more that I started to walk around, the more I started to feel better with my stomach strength. Because at first, of course, you have they do the procedure laparoscopy. why can't I talk right now? They do the procedure laparoscopically, by making incisions in your stomach. They have one large incision and then four other smaller incisions. And while they are doing those, you after they do that, you have some soreness and you can hardly, turn over, and it hurts to move a little bit. But the more that you get up and walk, the faster you heal. And I can't emphasize to you, the more that I started walking, like I was in there. After that, I was like, okay, this is what I gotta do. Okay, we good. So, and then exercising also helps your skin shrink with you losing weight. Because if you lose weight and you don't exercise and try to tone some, you're gonna have excessive saggy skin. Now, some people have this saggy skin regardless because of the amount of weight that they were weighing prior to the surgery. Me, because of the way that I am built, I don't have a lot of the excess um, skin, because a lot of the areas that were larger on me, which was my hips and my stomach, they actually have shrunk with my weight loss. So I'm not having an issue, but I also do exercise. I don't exercise as much as I'm supposed to. I admit I don't do it all the time, but I do still do. I try to do something. My job is pretty much really active. I walk a lot at my job, but outside of that, I try to walk up and down my parking lot at home. I try to do some type of exercise in the gym, or do a 30-minute exercise tape off of TV or YouTube or something like that. Because if you don't, then you may still lose the weight. You won't lose it as fast or as much as you want to, but you will still lose the weight. But then you'll have the problem of the saggy skin, which a lot of people really hate, because then they lost weight and they still can't wear the clothes that they want to wear because they have all this excessive skin. Then you have to go and have another surgery to get rid of that. So that's something also to consider when doing this surgery. If you don't exercise, or even if you do exercise, if you have a lot of excessive weight doing this surgery, when you lose weight, you will have some extra skin in places that you may have to have removed later. So that's definitely a possibility. Um, One of the biggest things that I can stress to you guys is to make sure you take care of your mental health before, during, and after this surgery. Excuse me. If you are like me, I've suffered from depression and anxiety for years now. I actually take a antidepressant to help me, pretty much stay above water for the most part. And um, I cannot stress enough, even with me taking my medicine, how much of a toll the surgery took on me mentally. Because at first you can't do anything for yourself. You can't eat. Everything, you're uncomfortable. You just had um, surgery on your stomach, so you're in pain. So that's a lot. It's a lot on the person that already has mental health issues. But not only that, even if you don't already have mental health issues, they already tell you that this will take a toll on you mentally, because you never realize how the relationship you have with food until you can't have it. Because think about it, we have to eat to survive, right? So you eat every day. You used to eating, in the morning, middle of the day, afternoon, whatever. You have to have food to survive. So naturally, your body wants you to put something in your mouth and to chew it. But after the surgery, you don't get to do that right away. So that is very depressing when you have to smell food and you watch other people eat, and you're sitting here and all you can do is sip on a flavored protein drink that you don't want to drink because you done had a lot of it, and is at this point it's like taking nasty thick cough syrup because you're just over it. So it's a reality. It's a reality. You want to make sure that you have some type of support. If you don't have support at home, you want to have support with your doctors. You want to talk to them, make sure you let them know how you're feeling, because literally when I first started to lose weight, and I went to my first post-op appointment. They were like, oh my gosh, you lost 20 pounds in a week. That's, most people don't lose that much. They normally lose like maybe 10, maybe 15, but you lost 20. That's awesome. And I was just like, okay. And one of the reasons I was like that is because I really didn't care about the weight loss, because I felt like I was losing myself a little bit. You lose the weight very quickly. And I wasn't one of those people who didn't, that like fat shame themselves, that didn't like their body. No, I had curves, and okay, you like it or you don't like it, it is what it is. So I wasn't one of those people that hated my body. So when I began to lose parts of my body really quickly, it was like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on here? Reality hit, like, yeah, this is happening. This is really going on. And even though I knew that it was healthy for me in the moment, it just, you know, it was a lot to take in, because when I tell you I lost 20 pounds the first week, the second week I lost like 10 pounds, and then still to this day I lose anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds a week. So it happens really fast. And if you don't prepare yourself for that, it can be a little breathtaking, like, oh my gosh, this really happened. You know what I'm saying? It's really going on. So at first I really didn't care about the weight loss, because I was just like, bump the weight loss, I'm losing myself. Do you not see this? Like, do you not see what's happening to me? And everybody's like, oh, it looks great on you. And I'm just like, no, see, I wanted to lose it, but I didn't want to lose it in this place. Like, I lost some of my boobs. I didn't want to lose my boobs. It took me forever to get these boobs. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to lose my boobs. I've never had boobs until I got fat. And then now you're telling me that I'm going to lose my boobs? That's how I feel. Like, y'all, I really was saying these things. Like, I cannot stress to you. I am so serious. These were real thoughts that I had in my mind. And I just want to be real with you guys, because you may not lose the weight from the places that you want to lose it from at first. It may come from another place. And, you have to work at toning your body to get the physique that you want to, because you could lose weight, but then you could look sick, or you could lose weight and, your body can be unproportioned, because you're not steady working at making sure that you're taking care of yourself. So it's not just something you do and it's done and your hands are off of it and you can't, and you don't do anything else. No, you have to work to maintain this. It's not easy by far. And so don't take it lightly if you're considering this. Don't take it lightly at all. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you thoroughly get the answers to the questions that you want to know about. Like I said, for my particular surgery, I was out of work for a month. I probably could have went back maybe 2-3 week mark, but they don't want you to lift anything over 15 pounds for a month at least. And so with everything I had going on, I just, took the time off to heal and make sure that I was okay before I went back to work. So that's your recovery time. You do get it is qualified through most insurance for FMLA. So it's not like you'll lose your job or anything. At least most companies. I can say that if it's approved surgery by your insurance, then you should be able to take FMLA time. And if you have PTO saved up, you can use that. And then, of course, you can file short-term disability. So you make sure you still get your coins. But you have to be prepared to really take care of yourself, to change everything up. I cannot stress enough saying that it is a life change. It has changed a lot for me, and at this point, you guys, I would not take it back. I know I've might have said some scary things, and you're like, oh, well, you got dehydrated. Oh, you have to take vitamins for life, or because that was one of the things that bothered me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to take vitamins forever. Like, I don't like taking medicine, period. So you telling me I gotta add something else that I have to take for the rest of my life? Like that, I don't want that. So there's a lot to it, and you have to be willing to make these sacrifices to make it happen, because if not, then you risk becoming malnutrition. You miss, like, if you don't do your protein, you miss getting hair loss, or either further damage if you don't do the things you need to do to take care of yourself. So it is very important to make sure that you balance these things out, and that you're up for the challenge. If you're not up for the challenge, it's going to be a very hard process for you. I've heard horror stories of people who couldn't say they couldn't say no to food and try to eat certain foods, and they're sick all the time, or they've had to go back to surgery because they tried to eat something they weren't supposed to, and they got a leak, or something else happened. And these are all possibilities. It's very important that you follow what they set out for you to do, and you go by their guidelines, or so that you have the easiest recovery that you can have. And it's different for everybody. Everybody suffers, everybody heals differently, and everybody has their own thing that they go through. I know for me, in the beginning, I had to take a lot of nausea medicine, because the when I was swallowing all the mucus, it made me nauseous all the time. Some people didn't have that at all. But see, if you're already I was taking a antihistamine prior to surgery, which like anything like Claritin, Flonase, Singulair, anything like that. If you're having to already take that type of stuff because you already have seasonal allergies or something like that beforehand, you're probably gonna have to take it afterwards, because if not, you're not gonna be able to get your fluids and stuff down. So for me, I already had that problem where my nose was running all the time, and I needed to take something to keep it, at base. So after surgery, I definitely had to do it because it was making me sick. It was making me nauseous. I wasn't able to get my fluids down. I became dehydrated, and so it was the whole thing that I had to make sure I took care of. And there's no way to get around it. It's something you have to work at. It's a balancing act, but I promise you, eventually you get it, everything works out, and you start getting the results that you want, and you start feeling better. I feel so much better now that I've lost this weight. I've lost over 65 pounds now, and I lose a few pounds every week. And I can't say enough how much energy I've gotten. I notice when I go up a flight of stairs, I'm not out of breath. When I'm walking around the mall, or I walk around the park, or I walk around my apartment complex, I'm not getting tired. I can do more things. I can stay up later. I can get up earlier most of the time because I like my sleep. But it's just all around being a good thing, and I just really wanted to share this part of me with you guys. I hope that I've answered a lot of you guys' questions. I hope that I've given you something to think about if you're considering the surgery. If you're considering just anything dealing with weight loss, just please talk to me, because like I said, I lost weight prior to surgery with doing the OptiFast program, because there are a lot of non-surgical ways to lose weight. You do not have to go the surgery route like I did. It's just my choice and what was good for me and what has been beneficial to me. So I am no way advocating to have this surgery. I'm just telling you it was good for me and my experience with it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, you guys. I love you so much, and I hope to see you again next week. Listen, oh my goodness, so my next video is going to be so much fun because I'm going to be doing a makeup video. I am so excited, guys. It's something that I've been dying to do. I fell in love with makeup, and I'm going to go into why I started doing makeup, the products that I use when I do my own makeup and when I do other people's makeup. I am so excited about this, guys. I love it. It's so relaxing to me. Like, it takes me forever, but it's just something about focusing on it, and when it turns out looking good, and I'm like, okay, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it makes me so happy. I can't wait, and I can't wait to buy new makeup now. It's like now all the time, every time I see somebody do a makeup style, I'm like, oh, I need to buy that product so I can try that. And Bea's like, no, you don't need to buy any more makeup. But that's another story. So thank you guys for tuning in. I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. We're going to get into some makeup. We're going to have a little bit of music probably. Have a little fun, relax. It's going to be, you know, a real free environment. And I can't wait to see you again. If you like this video, share it, subscribe, like it for me, please. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. You might know at least one person that might need this information, even if they just want to know. If they're not considering, they might just, you know, want to know more about it. Because when I tell you, it took me a long time to actually choose to have this surgery, but I thought about it for about a year and a half. So yeah, so I will be talking to you guys soon. We're going to be doing makeup next, so tune in with me. I love you. Take care. Have a good week.